The white shoe slaying continues. This is LA Noire.
I like that they used the word slaying this time. It just kind of, different.
Yeah, variety. It's the spice of life.
Yeah. Also, it's contributing to the much more noir classic aesthetic of this case.
We just finished interviewing the taxi cab driver. He was quite a character.
Yes, and then we drove 6 feet and kind of ground to a stop.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
Hobo.
I'm very excited about this personally.
Oh, yeah. Wonder if they're going to get into hobo code.
He does seem to have rules for everything. The hobo razor.
What?
I thought you were talking about like Rusty's razor and
no, I'm talking about like hobo
moral
signs.
code. Oh, like signs. I thought you meant like a moral code.
No, but that would be awesome if one existed. But I think that's kind of antithetical to the idea of hobos.
Perhaps. Still, I'm sure Rusty has some opinions.
Yes.
Although he's awfully quiet on this drive.
Oh my god, did you hear what
good.
she shouted?
Yeah, that was good. Damn reefer addict.
Since there's nothing else going on right now, I want to put in a plug for anyone listening that you need to look up a musical called Reefer Madness, based on the original film Reefer Madness from the 30s. It's absolutely hysterical. And it's really good
I
music,
rather
too.
enjoyed it as well.
Yeah,
Good.
you and your girlfriend introduced it to me in the first place. You just, ran that guy off the road. Deliberately, you took time out of your busy schedule to shove him into the wall.
And now I'm, detouring through all these roundabouts. What
Yeah.
am I doing?
This is bizarre. But yeah,
Yeah, I really
Madness,
picked an interesting
super
point
excellent.
to jump right back into this case, huh?
It's left at the next intersection.
Yeah.
Let's kick it off with a long, boring driving section. Perfect. That'll captivate the viewers.
We can talk about how amazing Alan Cumming is.
Well, thankfully, we are.
If we survive
hobo
this,
again.
it's going to be a miracle.
Alan Cumming's in Reefer Madness.
Ah.
I'm not for your benefit. I know you know that. Matt, you're driving. What?
I'm trying to find this. See, I hear harmonica, so there must be hobos nearby. Fuck it, we're just walking in.
Except that you kind of blocked off.
Yeah, this is a disaster.
This is not the best moment we've ever had. Okay, it's not in there. There's a marker on your mini-map showing you exactly where you're supposed to be going.
But harmonica.
Yes.
Alright, we'll fix this. I will fix this.
Oh,
for
Jesus!
That's your own fault!
Wait,
It's your own fault.
that's
Your own fault,
amazing!
Finbar, that I ran over you and you died. Now we've got
Me?
Zombie Finbar joining us for the rest. This is going to be one of those episodes. I can already tell.
So, I suppose it's appropriate
Okay,
that you
next corner,
run
hang
over
right.
your partner and he loses his hat.
But also now
that's...
he's Zombie Finbar now.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to get to the goddamn yellow flag, okay? It's not that complicated.
You were right next to it.
Alright, we're here, okay? We're here. We made it. Friggin' backseat driver.
You were close to it before, but you had to go to this marker to... Oh, that's kind of dumb.
I thought, where's my wife? Nobody cares about me. I took a
We're
bullet.
looking for a
Nobody cares
tall
about me.
man with a disfigured face. You know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
Ah, the bum isn't here.
Look at these people.
We should follow the other lead. These guys can wait.
All that.
I don't know who you're looking for, and I don't want to know.
No
All
way.
that for that.
Amazing.
We've got Sailor Boy offering himself up on a plate.
See, this is one of those cases where you should just wade
You're behind the
in
wheel.
to the camp, elbowing
Right.
guys out of your way till
Where
you
we
find
headed?
someone who's disfigured. Or just stand there and listen to that guy rant for a little longer, because that was kind of awesome.
Yeah. I'll just go ahead and fast travel this time. How's that sound?
Okay, so you run over your partner, and Cole's program response is shout, "That's your fault!" As you're, like, running your wheel back and forth over his torso.
Totally on accident.
I believe you, but that's not an excuse.
Different times, Matt. Different times.
That was
He's in
1.5
interview
seconds
too.
of jazz.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
I got the jitters again.
The jitters.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway.
Have you seen a
We know
homeless
why
man?
you're here, Jessup. So it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrelson?
Sure, we had a couple of drinks.
Press him.
You're lying to me, Jessup. I think you weren't having much luck and you decided to take it out on Mrs. Terrelson.
That's not true. What makes you think I wanted to hurt her?
It's nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that? So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrelson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup.
Look for a moment.
Where
Sorry.
did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab and I caught a bus back to the base.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
What?
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. Got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American 249.
So he
Went
lied about
past
the
her
cab.
place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
Why did he turn himself in if he's going to lie so
The
much?
cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
That's not how I'd put it.
That's the best expression
Good
right
smirk, yeah, that's good.
Tell the truth, Jessup. You were running out of time. You wanted to get laid and Teresa wouldn't come across. It made you crazy, so you strangled her with a piece of rope.
For Christ's sake, that's not true. I felt sorry for her. What proof do you have that I strangled her?
there. Well, we've got the rope, I guess. I mean, that's not proof that he strangled her, but...
Yeah, I think that's the game telling you to back out.
Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what
Yeah,
falls out.
it's not always clear when you say lie what you'll be accusing them of.
So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
Nice
And what
guy.
happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
Oh, no.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
At the
Yeah,
Crystal
my
Ballroom.
CO said as much.
So,
Can you put the guy in two in a
But it
cell
doesn't
and
fit the
inform
dolly,
the
I don't
commander?
know.
Sure,
no, it
detective.
does not.
Or does it?
It doesn't quite, as far as we can tell.
Got
but
a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand.
Oh,
before
good, we get to
Temple
follow
of
this
Sunset.
lead.
And it looks like the beau has a record, too.
Jesus
He's wanted in
Christ.
connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
I'm glad we drove out to the hobo camp first.
What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
So,
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
So we're going to continue to chase the footsteps here. You know, follow the
We've
footsteps.
still. It looked like he was going to investigate the timetable, but then he didn't. But
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hook. Still no hard evidence on any of them.
we still have. It's probably plot.
11K, go ahead.
Stupid plot.
11K, roger that.
Monster truck,
I'll get
yeah.
time to get downtown.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KTP, we have Mars penalties nicked up.
Oh my god, I'm getting lightheaded. Oh wow. Oh god.
I love this case, man. What are all these dots? Oh, these are
points
all
of interest.
locations that we've investigated
Yeah.
already. Interesting. I never knew those were on the map.
Huh. So Cole started to investigate the timetable, but then kind of dropped that, and we still got 2 hours unaccounted for between leaving Baron's Bar and showing up at the Crystal Ballroom. Because the sailor's story checks out with the cab saying that he dropped them off there at 12:30 because they left there at 1:30 or whatever.
Yeah, but what happened when they left the bar, and then there had to be some amount of time for the 2 men to get into an argument and the 1 man to get punched. I'm not suggesting that was 2 hours, but maybe the barkeep didn't understand the time when he left.
Yeah, that could be. The bartender may just be misremembering when she left.
But I'm surprised that the barkeep had the taxi number when.
No, his
clearly
explanation
they got in
made
a fight
sense for
outside.
that. I don't think it can be the sailor. It doesn't make sense for him to turn himself in that easily. On the other hand, why would he turn himself in and then lie about his movements like that?
He was the last one with her alive, though, Tom.
True.
Unless this hobo.
Maybe it was the bus driver. I don't know. Maybe it was the cab driver who followed them.
Cab driver dropped him off at the ballroom, didn't take him home.
Yeah.
Bus
Thank you,
driver
ma'am. You
would
have
be
a safe
stretch
trip now.
because he's driving a bus.
I know.
Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute.
And in the opening cutscene, we saw her getting off a bus and a guy standing there watching her.
Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out
Cole
here
has a
somewhere.
lot of pent-up yelling to get out of his system.
Especially when there's a woman involved.
Yeah, just everyone, really.
That price is outrageous.
So here's more legwork that we're doing. It's a really interesting case because they make you do all this legwork. No other case really does
That's
that.
a
Need to run the
big route to go chasing the bus around.
My wife is so dumb. Isn't he a cop who won the battle and is solving all the cases? Well, just say concentrate. We're not going to drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
He sounded gleeful when he said that.
Unfortunately, they didn't do a very good job of teaching you how to bring up that particular map item that we just saw to trace the route. Because I don't have a photographic memory, so I'm trying to figure out, like...
It looks like it's traced in red on your mini-map right now.
All American.
See, I'm really impressed that you
Let's go
noticed
get
that.
him.
It took me forever to try and figure that out. I thought it was way too subtle. I only noticed that a little ways in. Now you're gonna make me be super embarrassed as I fuck around.
It's going to be a pain in the ass to find him. We need to talk about
Really?
bus
You,
driver.
you just got that right away?
Yeah.
This could be a long trip, Cole.
What was I gonna say?
It's going to be a pain in the ass to find him.
Yeah,
we
Rusty,
need to talk to that bus driver.
You said that
Let's roll.
like 3 seconds ago.
It's going to be a pain
Oh
in the
my
ass
God.
to find him.
Tell
We
me he
need
doesn't
to
do
talk
this the
to that
entire
bus
time.
driver. Let's roll.
So I was thinking that if I push the square button,
here?
which is the
Calm
give me
down.
navigation help, like turn left here,
Oh.
that it would actually tell me where to go. Because I still haven't figured out the
Here's
red
me
line.
without my hip flap.
And you
Only
just
a
left the
pain
room.
in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork.
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work.
Yeah, so.
Ah,
Here's where I realized that we have the red line for the first time.
got
But I
it.
still haven't made the connection that it's on my mini-map, so I'm gonna continue
This
pausing.
kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about.
This is a case with a lot of different elements in it that we haven't seen in any other of the cases so far. And then, is this really before they had radios in buses?
Yeah, that's an interesting point. Or maybe they're just like, you know, we're not gonna call that bus in unless you get us a keynote.
Well, no, just ask them to radio the bus and find out where it is right now.
Yeah.
Instead of literally driving the entire route. Have you noticed the red line yet? Yes! Alright.
Cole, come on!
So... yeah, so the opening cutscene gives us some information that they don't have yet. Which is,
exactly.
There was someone waiting for her when she got off the bus.
Which makes the sailor look not like...
Nope, still no sign of him.
Means that it could
You
still
doze
be
off,
the
Rusty?
husband, though.
I think you slept through my solving the case.
Actually, yeah, because his clothes were wet too, and
Yep, and
the card game wrapped up at 12:30, so
at
actually,
midnight, I thought they said.
Yeah, but still, you know, in the correct timeline.
Yep.
Especially
Maybe he
since
was
the bus was near the house. He could have been waiting for it.
Yeah,
How
maybe
about
he
you,
got home
Jeremy?
and discovered she still wasn't there. Maybe he... Oh, God. Maybe he saw the bus, like, in the bus windows, he saw the sailor macking on her or whatever.
Yeah.
And just kind of flipped his shit.
Yeah, I don't make the sex offender for it at all.
Well, which sex offender?
The guy with the red polo.
Oh, okay, not the
guy who
hobo.
got punched in the face.
It's gonna be a pain in the ass to find him, but we need to talk to that bus driver. Let's roll.
Nah,
I think the
swear to God,
cutscene
stop
was out
hitting
the
that
sailor.
goddamn button.
Yeah, I'm thinking husband right now.
I mean, this is a purely constructed scenario, but it... And it's also sort of cheating because it's relying on information that Cole himself does not yet have. But
That's
it
true.
is
Cole is
more-
probably thinking sailor.
It's a more plausible synthesis of method and motive than any of the other suspects we have yet.
Yeah, especially the motive. Why would the sailor kill her?
Frustration.
Unless there was, you know, rape involved.
Yeah.
Going steady, come
That was
on!
the best corner you've ever taken.
How long is this bus route?
It actually covers an area around the size of Central Division.
The probability is we'll find it about halfway
Only
around.
if you're
Bad luck says we'll be chasing him.
only if you're going the opposite direction from it. Matt.
Did I stray again?
Yes.
God damn. The line is so dark. It's I'll find it. I will find this bus.
Oh my God.
I've been trying to practice my e-brake 180 turn, you know?
Get in, find
So
our
I
man,
like getting
and get out
opportunities
again.
to do that.
That's the plan. Filthy goddamn vagrants. We get in,
Why is
find
he
our
even
man,
saying this?
we get
This
out
doesn't
again.
make any
That's the plan.
The game is bored too. It is searching through its library of dialogue to find anything different to say.
We must be near the hobo camp. I bet you that's his... Because we have two objectives right now. One is Carl's bus, and the other is... There we go.
That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the
Or
road.
just pull up in front and block her route.
There's some kind of problem?
How is he
What's that doing?
already
Just
standing
chilling
there?
out.
LAPD. We're investigating a murder.
I'm on a smoke
You
break.
had a sailor and a woman in
In
a
the middle
green
of the
dress
road,
on your
yeah.
bus late last night,
That's correct.
and the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown,
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
on California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something.
Oh.
I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
Oh my.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
Well.
And now you've teleported into your bus and slammed the door.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers and left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
Husband or
We can't
hobo?
eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm
Probable
gonna
for
call
hobo
for some
now.
backup. These bows hate cops.
The bows. We need some backup. These hobos may require further investigation.
You can drive.
I learned my lesson last time I tried to find this hobo camp.
True.
We're looking for a tall, disfigured man at the camp.
Could be difficult. Most bums look deformed to me.
Come on, Rusty. This isn't gothic fiction. Hobos are just like you or me. They're just men who've fallen on hard times.
You ain't much of a detective, Phelps. You think a hobo's like me. Clue number one, how do I smell?
Of alcohol and stale sweat. You know, I may be onto something.
Very funny, Phelps.
Gothic fiction?
Has this guy looked up to Bartowski?
Hobos. Everyone loves Dracula, particularly the hobo scene. Or Frankenstein's monster versus the hobos. What the fuck is he referring to with that line? Other than, I know lots of literature. Like, that's not the right term.
Maybe it's from a Shelley poem.
I'm sorry, that's not really much to get upset about. I'm just kind of bored right now. This case hasn't done anything for a while. Monica.
LAPD. We'd
Closing the door in the background.
for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
We need you to stay focused. We need to hold out the cavalry.
How do we do that? Like this.
What the fuck?
Keep it down, Phelps.
What
If you
the
want your
fuck?
rifle,
Disciples know what you did last night?
Different times. You remember the days when you could just walk into a hobo camp, open fire?
I did like the harmonica music on top of the ominous chords. Like that was sort of an interesting mashup.
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Surprised you didn't make a remark about us murdering, 6 unarmed men right
Absolutely no reason. That was so...
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it and see what you find.
Did they have beanbag shotguns then? Probably not.
I saw blood.
Those guys are straight up dead.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them, that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. I'd say, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Have we seen Jack before?
In the Abbott and Costello, the Three Stooges.
That was him. Okay, I thought that might have been.
I think these guys are all war buddies with Phelps.
Could be.
clearly all getting involved in something that Phelps is going to need to get involved with soon.
Okay.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
But that would be so easy to plant, huh? Although I guess why would he leave it on his nightstand? He would have to have noticed it.
You get the sense that the hobo leader genuinely didn't care, though. I don't know.
I think if you killed a woman and you were near a hobo camp, you
Ackerman
would
doesn't
plant
look
these
like
two
much of a
things in the
dancer.
hobo camp.
Maybe
Right?
if you could get into the hobo camp safely. It's possible.
But all of the bloody evidence has felt like a plant to me.
I guess.
I mean, it's just
Help
so
me out.
obvious. It's not even hidden.
Let's finish
It's-
this.
I
Back
don't
to
know.
the station.
Yeah, I don't know. The leaving it out there doesn't jibe with the kind of
Can you drive to this
cleanup
one?
of the crime scene itself.
Where exactly are we going?
Yeah, that's also true.
It seems a little easy, but like retracing her steps, they do seem to have led here. And we haven't seen anyone else who would have had the...
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession. We can charge the bum with murder.
Yeah, it feels like it's going to be the bump, but I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if the husband was involved.
This
I
is
wouldn't
that.
rule him out.
I just want to say that was really good music for that little thing right there. Just kind of a summing up of everything before the final interrogations.
They're clearly trying to push the hobo on us. in that
Yeah,
summary.
I mean, I agree that he doesn't have a motive. On the other hand, he doesn't seem to care about motive.
And the husband's motive was kind of... It would be a crime of passion if the husband did it.
Yeah. The thing is, there's no one other than the hobo that we've seen thus far who would have known where to find her
No
at the
good
right
John
time.
with me, detective.
Like, we know she got off the bus there.
Right.
Um,
And it would be a long shot for the husband.
yeah, why would the husband be there at all?
Unless this is part of a routine.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terrelson?
I ache to put my seed in them. Afterwards, I have no use for
Was she, excuse me, was she criminally
A bus
assaulted?
driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up
No
to the
evidence
hill?
of it.
Which hill? I have many places. I go where
This
I
guy just sounds crazy.
Yes, he does.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
I mean, we're clearly going to arrest
Where
this
were
man.
you around
Yeah.
2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
But the case just doesn't sit right with me.
No.
You have an alibi? Someone reliable. Someone who will be around on the day of the trial.
Fuck your trial. The capitalist system needs another victim from amongst the masses. So be it.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrelson.
Okay.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society, I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Threes of Tarleton will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
You know, someone in the thread was suggesting, I think mostly as a joke, that maybe it's the police captain who's doing all of this. And that seems kind of far-fetched for most of the cases, but for this one...
He's asking us to put all these people away.
Yeah.
I agree. He's putting tremendous pressure on us to close these cases quickly.
Yep.
And now my heart's a blazing ruin. You say that you were only a fool.
There's too many side threads for me to follow in this game.
Walk away, don't
Maybe like one too many.
wrong. Don't leave me singing this torch song.
Yeah, the drugs thing is the most tangential, and they just this time started to connect it to the main cast of characters.
Yeah.
So
plus the war. There's a lot of side threads here.
Yeah. I mean, so theoretically, the police captain could have motive for all these murders, but we have found absolutely no evidence suggesting he was anywhere near any of them or involved at all.
Well, we've only got a few cases left on this desk. It'll be really interesting to see how it all comes together.
Important question is, what size shoe does he wear? But yeah, this one was interesting because okay, here's the thing. The hobo clearly wasn't set up by the captain because he hates, anything government related, and he wouldn't have gone along with that plan.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was a lot of ambiguity there. This case just basically upped the overall ambiguity of the desk's overarching storyline a lot.
It's a good thing, though. Keeps you guessing until the end.
Yeah. I mean,
It's just off-putting to me that this murder didn't match the MO of the other one.
Yep.
If we are suspicious of a serial killer.
I mean, everything looks good for it to be the hobo. Like, he is insane. He's the only one who had the opportunity. But maybe the noir element is just that there is no reason why he did it.
Or maybe the noir element is that the husband got away with it. Like I said, if he knew the wife's routine, if she gets drunk and goes dancing a lot, like the bartender made it sound, it's not that much of a stretch that he would know she takes the bus home late at night.
True, but why would he have been waiting for her there?
Well, that was her bus stop.
No, it wasn't. She got off at the wrong place. That was nowhere near where she lived.
Yeah, but she was drunk, so...
Yes, but...
Oh, that wasn't?
How would he have known that's where she would get off?
Oh, I was saying she may have gotten off at the right spot, but, the bus driver might have thought that she looked like she was getting off the wrong spot because she was drunk.
But the bus driver said she got off there, at the hobo camp.
No, you're right. But bottom line is there is a lot of ambiguity in this case.
Yes, there is. Okay, let's not drone on for too long. Let's talk about it more in the thread. How about that?
Perfect.
All right.
See you there.